What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media, bringing you another live Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle against subscriber/follower on Twitter, Hans. I think that's how you're supposed to say that. I wanted to say Hans, but that's just my American coming through. I'm pretty sure that's a German name, so I think Hans is the way to go there. Anyway, I'm just babbling. Today we have an NU match, and NU is a tier that I really love. I'm not bringing the best team today, but it's going to be a lot of fun because I love underused Pokemon. I really do. So, before we get started today, if you can, be so kind as to, I don't even know what I'm saying, be so kind as to click the thumbs up button right below this video, if you could please, because it does help out a lot, and that, I just butchered that completely. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to get right into the battle. I'll tell you what I'm bringing. I am bringing Lopunny, Vespiquen, Torkoal. I always bring Torkoal because I love Torkoal, just such a good Pokemon. Electabuzz, you're going to be Choice Specs, Samurott, and Beheeyem. So we'll see which Pokemon is going to put in a lot of work today. I don't know. We will just find out together. My opponent's bringing a really cool team. He's got the Articuno Grand Bull, Magmar, Persian, Dragalge, and Armaldo. So lots of interesting things going on here. I love seeing all these Pokemon in battle. Honestly, it's the best thing ever. It is the best thing ever. I see no immunities to electricity, so we're going to start off with Electabuzz to get Switch Initiative. I do kind of want to get up rocks early. I don't see a Defog user outside of the Articuno, and the Articuno is going to take a lot of damage coming in on Stealth Rocks. So if we can Volt Switch out to maybe Torkoal and get up the rocks early, that would be fantastic. He could potentially have the Focus Sash on that Persian. It's either that or Life Orb. So that is the thing. We're starting off with the Electabuzz. If he wants to lead off with the Persian for the Fake Out, which is a definite possibility, we can switch into the Torkoal because it actually has the Rocky Helmet this time around, not the Lefties, because I actually wanted to give Lefties to my Vespiquen, and I think I also have Lefties on the Beheeyem, so we've got two Leftovers users. Which is perfectly fine because we play by Smogon rules. Here we're playing by a Smogon tier, so there's no item clause or anything like that. And I don't follow the rules that strictly. I'm not that anal about it. It's not that big of a deal. Just, if you're generally following the rules, I don't really care. As long as you're not bringing, like, banned stuff or evasion. Please don't bring evasion. Other than that, I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. We're all here to have fun and just learn about battling and, learn from our mistakes together and all that. All that jazz. So he's starting off with the Dragalge here, and I don't know if I like that. I can't really do anything to it. I have HP Ice, but I really feel like that's not going to do a lot of damage. I am Choice Specs, though, so maybe it will. Maybe it will surprise me. But I think my best bet actually is to go out into Beheeyem, because I can set up a nasty plot all over this thing. Let's go for a Volt Switch and see what this thing wants to do. It might just try to hit me up with a Sludge Bomb. As this Volt Switch actually does more than I thought it would. As a resisted hit, and Dragalge has a huge special defense stat. So let's see. I could go into Vespiquen, but I'm afraid of the T-Bolt because this thing has a lot of coverage moves. It really does. So we're going to go into the Beheeyem here. We'll see what he wants to do. I'm specially defensive. I've got two specially defensive Pokemon. My Vespiquen is also specially defensive. There's the Sludge Bomb. Please don't get the poison. That really doesn't do that much damage at all. That does next to nothing. And with our Lefties recovery, that's not that much of a problem. We need to hope that this thing is not carrying the Toxic. And it could, because judging by the damage that Volt Switch did to this thing, I don't think it's Assault Vest. And I feel like Assault Vest on Dragalge really won't be as viable until Adaptability comes out. Because that's its hidden ability and it just has not been released yet. But once that comes out, it's going to be such a huge tank. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's go for the nasty plot here. Get that set up. He might want to switch out. He is going to switch out, fearing the Psychic-type move. And we'll see what he wants to go into. He's going to go into his Aquatic Titan. This is going to be the Armaldo as we set up a nasty plot. We could have hit it with just a really hard Psyshock right there. But this thing probably packs the X-Scissor. So I don't know if I want to stay in on this because that might just one-shot me, to be honest. It really might, and he might predict me to go out into Torkoal here, predicting the Bug-type move, which this kind of sucks because this Armaldo does a number on my team. The Bug-type is going to be super effective on the Beheeyem, the Rock-type is going to be super effective on Torkoal, and absolutely destroy Vespiquen. He may go for the Stealth Rocks predicting a switch as well. So that is something to watch out for. I have the Torkoal that can Rapid Spin them away, but I actually think I want to stay in here, because going into Torkoal is too risky at this point. I don't want to just switch in on a Stone Edge, and it's not going to kill, even if he's max attack. But I don't want to give him a free SD. I don't want to give him free rocks when I can't really afford to spin them away. So we're going to go for a Psyshock here. I don't know how much this is going to do. I mean, I am at +2, but we're going to see. He's going to go for the knockoff. That's going to do a lot. That is almost going to take us out there as he knocks off our lefties, but we're going to get the analytic boost from him outspeeding us. This is going to do a lot. That is almost a one-shot, so we both are down into the red now, and he has to finish us off pretty much. And that means that if he has the rocks, he's not going to be going for it here. It's not going to be a thing, so that is absolutely fantastic. And then we could go into pretty much anything. I guess I would go into the Electabuzz afterwards, because he can't do much. I can Volt Switch, kill him off, and if he wants to switch out, I'll get the initiative. So this really doesn't worry me too much. It's unfortunate that Behemoth's going to go down here, because it takes on that Dragalge very nicely, especially because it has a Psyshock, which would hit it on its weaker, physically defensive side, and we don't have to worry about that special defense. And I don't have any ground types, so that thing is going to be a pain to deal with. It really, really is. But it doesn't have any recovery outside of the Black Sludge, so if we can wear it down, that would be fantastic. I'm going to go for a recover here in the off chance that he switches out for some reason. Get my health back. No, he's just going to go for the knockoff, because that's a good play on his part, because if anything else wants to come in, he would get rid of its item and cripple it. So that works out. That works out. We have to give up our Behemoth, and that is big poop. Not going to lie. Not going to lie about that being big poop. But what we can do here is we can go into our Electabuzz and pick up a kill, so it's going to be an eye for an eye, unless he decides to preserve this thing for some reason. I'm not sure why he would, because I don't know that it outspeeds anything other than Torkoal on my team. So I've got Electabuzz, definitely doesn't outspeed that. I am Specs, not Scarf, but that doesn't mean anything, unless this thing is Scarfed, in which case we're going to get our Specs knocked off right here. I've got Lopunny, he definitely doesn't outspeed that. Torkoal, I guess, if he's running max speed. Samurott, he could potentially outspeed that, I believe, but our Mallo's pretty slow. I mean, I'm not running max speed on my Samurott, so that is the thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, let's go for the Volt Switch here. Like I said, some people have been asking me, I actually got a comment about it recently, about why are you always Volt Switching and U-turning to kill Pokemon, because that doesn't make any sense. Just giving your opponent switch initiative and all that stuff for no reason. Well, if you are... he's going to go for the Aqua Jet here to get some damage, which is not a bad play at all. But what I was saying was that if you have a Pokemon that's locked into a move, and if you know you can pick up a kill, the very worst that happens is either you get the kill, or you get to switch out as they switch out, and then you pick up some initiative of your own. If it doesn't kill, at least you're not having a frail Pokemon that's locked into a move taking damage unnecessarily. That's how I look at it. I know everyone doesn't look at it that way, and that is fine, but that's just my reasoning behind it. And it's not right or wrong either way, it's a playstyle. So that's just what it comes down to. I think what I want to do here is actually go out into Torkoal. Because I can set up rocks, but then he can go into the Dragalge again. And I don't know if I like that too much. I don't know if I like that. I could also like attempt to get a Will-O-Wisp off, but I'm really afraid of that Hydro Pump. So let's go into the Torkoal. Yeah, let's go into the Torkoal. That'll pretty much force him to go into the Dragalge, I think. That's what I'm thinking, because I can't do anything to it. I cannot do anything to it at all. And that Armaldo is a pretty cool set. It had Aqua Jet, it had the knockoff, so I'm wondering what else it had. Maybe it was Assault Vest. Maybe that was his Assault Vest user. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, it could have the Stealth Rocks, I guess. But I haven't seen a lot of Armaldos. I know they can get Swift Swim, so it could have even been packing the Rain Dance, and Aqua Jet would do a lot of damage to get the Pseudo Stab. So that's pretty cool. We didn't get to see what item that Armaldo was holding either, so I believe I've also seen Swords Dance on it. So there's a lot of different options that go with Armaldo. But we didn't get to see a whole lot. We only got to see Knockoff and Aqua Jet, so that is the thing. Now, he is taking his time thinking about what he wants to do here. He is going to go into the Dragalge, or Dragalge, however you want to say it. I say it differently every single time. I'm sure there's a correct way to pronounce it, but I just go back and forth. It's not that big of a deal. Now, this is unfortunate because, like I said, I have nothing to touch this thing. The only super effective move I have on my team that can hit this thing is going to be HP Ice off of an Electabuzz, and that's not really something I'm interested in doing because that's not even going to be a one-shot. It's not even going to be a one-shot. Torkoal can't really take a hit from this thing at all. Really doesn't want to take a hit from this thing. I can go into Vespiquen, but I can't Toxic it, and I can't... my only attacking move is Attack Order, which is a Bug-type move, so that is out of the question. He's going to be resistant to all of Samurot's attacks. He's going to be resistant to most of Lopunny's attacks. Well, no, I have the Ice Punch, actually. That has potential, but I don't want to switch in on a Sludge Bomb because that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt quite a bit. I don't know. I'm going to switch into the Vespiquen here, and we'll see what he wants to go for. I kind of think the Hydro Pump is coming, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure whatsoever. Not sure. We're going to find out together. There is the pressure. So he's going to be using up 2 PP. He actually has the Water Pulse. That is interesting, and that does basically nothing to this Vespiquen, but he gets the Confusion Hacks, and he's going to get his Black Sludge Recovery, so by the time I switch out again, he's going to be at full health, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, we're just about up to full health with our Vespiquen as well, because that Water Pulse did absolutely nothing. He may, in fact, switch out here. He may do that. Very, very possible. I think I want to just switch into Lopunny. I mean, I don't really want to take damage on it. But I'll be able to get... See, it has the Life Orb. That's the problem. That is the problem. It's going to wear itself down pretty fast. Maybe I can get him to go for a T-Bolt here if he's carrying it. If that's the case, I can go into Electabuzz and then get an HP Ice off on something. Something. That has potential. That definitely has potential. At least to get some damage on this thing. Let's do that. I mean, I don't know if that's the best play, but this Dragout is going to give me a lot of just so many problems. So many problems. Dragalge is such a good Pokemon. There's the Sludge Bomb. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. We're going to survive it, but we only have 40 HP. So do I want to go for the HP Ice here? Yes, I do. He may very well switch, predicting the HP Ice, because at this point I feel like it's kind of obvious. Unless he figures that I was predicting him to switch out there. Predicting me to switch out, it's just there's mind games all over the place. But we have to go for the HP Ice. We're going to lock ourselves into that. And he's going to stay in. So he's going to take a decent amount from this. That does a good, like, 40-ish%. He's going to get rid of us here with a Sludge Bomb, which is unfortunate. And he's going to get more recovery. And this is a bad time. This is a bad time. We are behind the 8 ball here, and I have nothing to hit this other than Ice Punch. This is terrible. It's absolutely terrible because he can switch out into his Granbull here, and it's just going to be a big whole thing that I don't enjoy. I really don't enjoy it at all. Let's go for the Fake Out. We'll see what he wants to do. I'm guessing the Granbull's going to come in. That would be his best play at this point. Because he's going to get the Intimidate, and he can probably Toxic something. And it'll be an unfortunate turn of events for me. And I think this Dragalge is going to win him the match, because I have nothing for it. I really have nothing for it at all. There's the Granbull, as I predicted, and it looks like his team is just going to just poop all over mine. And it's unfortunate that it has to be that way, but there's nothing I can do about it. Fake Out does absolutely nothing. We're going to take Fake Out damage, or not Fake Out damage, Life Orb damage, and he has the lefties. Great. So he's going to be a utility Granbull. He's probably packing the Toxic. He's probably packing Heal Bell as well. Maybe Knockoff and then the Play Rough. Those are the possibilities. So I'm going to go into Torkoal here, and then I can Willow something. I don't know what it'll be, but I can Willow something. So we can try to get residual damage on anything. Maybe the Dragout. Oh, it's going to be the T-Wave, not the Toxic. So getting the Torkoal T-Wave tier is really not that big of a deal. I don't think that this Granbull can do a lot to me. Now, I'm not sure what the point of the T-Wave was. Well, I guess, you know what, on a Lopunny I can understand. You want to slow it down. So, okay, I can see that, especially with Electabuzz out of the way. That makes sense to me. I'm going to go for the Willow here. And he's going to withdraw. Show me the Dragalge. Or Dragalge, show that to me. No, it's going to be the Arctic Lull, predicting maybe the Stealth Rocks to be coming. And he doesn't want to deal with that. So we're going to Willow this thing, and it does connect. So that is great. And we're going to get some residual damage going. Now, I don't know what this thing wants to do other than maybe Hurricane. Trying to think. He probably has Freeze Dry, but that's not going to do anything to Torkoal. The only other thing I could think of would be the Hurricane. So that's going to do a lot of damage to our everything. That's going to do damage to everything. Oh, this puts us in a poop position. This puts us in an absolutely poop position. Hurricane might actually just take out Torkoal in one hit. I don't know that I like that. Let's see, what else do I have that I can switch in on this thing? Not much, honestly. Not much. I can go into the Samurott, but if he packs the Freeze Dry, I'm going to be dead on the next turn. I guess our best bet here is to just stay in and go for a Lava Plume to try to get some damage on this thing. There's not really much else I can do. He's going to go for the Extra Sensory. And that's going to do a decent amount of damage, so he's not packing the Hurricane, I guess, or he predicted a switch into something. And Lava Plume does a decent amount of damage. He's going to show the lefties, so he's got a couple of Pokemon that have lefties as well. We've seen it on the Granbull, and we've seen it on this Articuno, and he's got the Black Sludge on the Dragalge, so he's got Recovery all over the place. I would not even be surprised to see this thing go for Roost right now. If he wants to go for the Extra Sensory again, I can switch in the Vespiquen here, and I can't really do that much damage to him, though. That's the thing. That is the thing. Yeah, I guess we have to stay in and go for another Lava Plume, which is really unfortunate because we're going to take more damage on Torkoal, and he's actually going to withdraw. Okay, he wants to save this thing. So he's going to go into his Volcano Duck, which is going to be his Magmar, and that's pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting, not going to lie. That does nothing, because this Magmar is probably packing the Eviolite, and as much as I would love to get Rocks up right now so that Articuno is dead when it comes back in, I don't know if that's the best play at this point. Well, what can this thing really do to me? It's going to be a special attacker. Maybe it has a Psychic or a T-Ball. I know Magmortar gets a T-Ball. I'm not positive if Magmar does. Let's get the Rocks up here. I feel like that's a safe play at this point. He's going to go for the Thunder Punch. He's going to take Rocky Helmet damage from that. That doesn't do much at all. And he's taking about as much damage as he's doing to us. We are paralyzed and cannot move, which just, that's not cool. So let's go for the Rocks again. He may switch out here after seeing that. So Physical Magmar. That is interesting. That is really interesting. But we are still very behind the 8-ball here. We are very behind the 8-ball. He's going to go out into the Dragalge, or Dragalge, whatever you want to call it. We finally are able to get the Rocks up, but we have nothing to deal with this thing. Because as soon as we bring in the Lopunny, he's going to go into the Granbull, and I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that, and I'm pretty sure it's packing the Heal Bell because most utility Granbull would do that, so I can't even really Toxic it. Burning it doesn't do me a whole lot of good. It just puts me in a poop position, and I don't have any special attackers left except for Torkoal, so that Intimidate is going to be crucial. He probably... what is he packing? The Water Pulse? Do I want to try to, like, keep Torkoal alive for that? I don't know. I don't know that I do. I don't know that I do. I kind of want to try to get the Burn, though. The Burn, because that Recovery is killing me. The Recovery is absolutely killing me. Let's go for the Willow. It might be a terrible play, but we have to try to get some kind of residual damage on this thing to counteract the healing that this thing has. So we get the Willow off. We take the Sludge Bomb fairly well, and at the very least, no more healing. So that's nice. But this Torkoal is going to go down here. There's really not much we can do about it. We did get up the Rocks, though. Torkoal's been doing a fantastic job. It really, really has. I cannot be upset with Torkoal here. He put in so much work. He's paralyzed, and throughout all these turns, he was only paralyzed and couldn't move once. So I can't be upset about that at all. At all. Especially when you're staring down staring down a Dragalge right here, and you literally can't do anything to it. I kind of want to go for a double Willow in case he decides to switch, but I don't think that switching makes any sense for him at this point at all. I could switch into Vespiquen, but that just risks me getting poisoned, and I'm going to be slower than everything in existence with this Torkoal. The only reason I would save it would be to get some extra Rocky Helmet damage on something, and I don't know that that's worth it at this point. I really don't know that it's worth it at this point. So let's just go for a Lava Plume to try to get some kind of damage. He's going to go for the Sludge Bomb, so Torkoal is donezo. And we are really behind the 8-ball here. His Articuno is as good as dead, so we're really only down by 1 Pokemon here, even though he has 5 left. But this Dragalge is a huge problem. It is a huge, huge problem. I'm going to go into Cottontail again, and then double switch out, I think. Because I can't do anything else. What can I do? I can go into Samurott and set up a Swords Dance, but a Razor Shell is not really going to do that much damage. It's a resisted hit. And then he's going to come in with his intimidating Granbull and just poop all over the place. And it's not going to be a good time. So we're going to go into our Cottontail, which was a gift from a subscriber, by the way. So I want to thank you very much. I definitely wanted to try to use it as soon as possible. Definitely. Now, he predicted the Fake Out last time it switched into the Granbull. So I kind of want to go for the Dizzy Punch. Kind of. I don't necessarily want to show the Ice Punch at this point. Let's go for the Dizzy Punch, predicting the Granbull to come in. He's going to withdraw. Let's see what he goes into. It's going to be the Arctic Lull. He's going to sacrifice it to see what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to show him the Dizzy Punch here. So, I mean, that was as good a time as any to get a free switch and avoid a Fake Out and all that stuff. So I'm guessing the Granbull is going to come in now, because now he doesn't have to take any damage. And, oh no, he's going to go into the Persian for his own Fake Out. I forgot he had that. He's going to take Rocks damage, so if he had any kind of Focus Sash, that is going to be broken. That is going to be broken. Now, Technician Fake Out from a Persian is going to do a lot of damage, especially if he has a normal gem or if he has a Silk Scarf, which is also fairly common on Persian. A Life Orb probably better. So you can really have any of those items. Now I could go into Vespiquen to take that because he can't do much to me. Can't do much to me at all except for U-turn. I mean, he could be carrying the Return as well. That's going to do a decent amount of damage. Huh. Let's stay in here. Let's stay in because I have the Jump Kick. So if he wants to go for that, that's fine. He is going to go for the Fake Out. And there is the normal gem. So that's what I was kind of thinking. It's going to do a lot. Yeah, that takes us down below half. And we'll see if he wants to switch out here, predicting a Jump Kick. Jump Kick is fairly common on offensive low punnies. He's going to go for the Return, and he outspeeds, so that is a dead Cottontail. Man. Alright, I should not have stayed in there. That was just a silly, silly play. We're going to go out into... Yeah, I think this is a loss. He's got 4 Pokemon. I've got basically nothing working in my favor here. He's got an Intimidator. He's got a Fake Out Pokemon. This is just a disaster waiting to happen. Absolutely a disaster waiting to happen. I pretty much have to go into Samurott here and start setting up as many Swords Dances as possible. But Fake Out is just going to do so much damage. And he still can go into that Granbull for an Intimidate. So we pretty much have to go for the SD here. I'm carrying the Lumberry, not the Focus Sash. So if he wants to kill me with one hit with something, Return doesn't do enough. So we can get up to +4 actually. So that is actually good. That is really good. We're gonna go for it. We pretty much have to just get as greedy as possible here to have Samurott try to take this back for us or even the score a little bit. He's gonna go for the Return again. And that gets a crit and brings us down to 9 HP. Oh my goodness, I was sweating bullets right there. His HP bar was dropping so fast. Holy cannoli, Batman. Alright, now we're going to go for the Aqua Jet. It's painfully obvious that's what I'm going to do. But we have to go for it. Let me see, did he have anything that had Rocky Helmet? We didn't see... We saw the item on the Granbull. That was the leftovers. He's got the Black Sludge on the Dragalge. He's got Eviolite on the Magmar. And then he's got What's his other Pokemon? What am I missing? We did Magmar, Persian, Dragalge. I don't know what it is. A Granbull, and that has the lefty. So no Rocky Helmet, so we can Aqua Jet all of the things. And we pretty much have to at this point. We pretty much have to, and his team doesn't like Aqua Jet so much. And this is tough. And the thing that is working in my favor here is that he most likely that Granbull is invested in HP because we've seen some of its moves so far. Or not that we've seen a lot of its moves, but we've seen that it is most likely a bulky set. So it's probably not carrying any kind of speed investment. So Aqua Jet is going to finish off this Persian. We're at +4 right now. Oh man, alright, so his fake out is out of the way. That is huge. That is huge. That technician fake out is done. Absolutely done. He could not afford to switch out there because anything was going to take a lot of damage. We have to hope, basically here, that an Aqua Jet is going to take this Volcano Duck out, even with the Eviolite. I think it will, due to the Stealth Rock. So, Torkoal, thank you. Thank you, Torkoal. I love you so much. Love you so much. Alright. He could very easily switch into the Granbull here to Intimidate, and then take an Aqua Jet, switch back out, sacrifice another Pokemon, but we're at least going to make this close. I don't know if we can bring this all the way back, but we can make this close. Let's go for the Aqua Jet. And he may switch into the Granbull here. No, he has the Mach Punch! Are you kidding me? Mach Punch! Oh my goodness, Physical Magmar is so good. That is the game. He outspeeds... Because I went for the Aqua Jet. He outspeeds with his own priority. That is going to be a loss for us, but that was a fantastic match. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. He probably has the Fire Punch. I have to go for a Toxic here, because my only other move that I can do any damage with is going to be the Attack Order. That'll do nothing. So he was banking on that the whole time, and that was just really good. That's going to do well over half. And he's going to get the burn as well. And now that I think about it, that crit on the fake out mattered, because we would have been able to survive a Mach Punch, an unstab Mach Punch from the Magmar. So the crit lost us the game. I don't know that it... let me correct myself. I don't know that it lost us the entire game, but it cost us and made us have a 3-0 here. We could have made it a lot closer. Could have been a 2 or 1-0 in our opponent's favor, or we could have even possibly taken it back. But that's just inopportune hacks right there. There's not much you can do about it. The rest of this match was fairly not hacksy. I mean, he got the confusion earlier on, but that really didn't mean a whole lot. I switched out anyway, so it's not like it affected the match. That's the only one that mattered that I can remember. So we have to go for a Roost now, but he's going to just outspeed and go for the Fire Punch. And that is going to be the match, so it's going to be a 3-0 in our opponent's favor. Hans getting the victory, and... I have to say, very well played. I am a little bit salty about that crit, not gonna lie. Not happy about that crit at all. But that was still a lot of fun, and I just love NU. I really do. It's such a fun tier to play. So thank you for the match, Hans. Congrats on the victory, and I want to thank you all for watching, as always. Also, do not forget to show your support by clicking that thumbs up button right below this video. It does help out a lot. And also, if you dislike the video, feel free to leave a dislike, but if you do that, write some feedback in the comments and let me know what specifically you didn't like about it, or what you don't agree with, or why you're not enjoying what I'm doing, because I've noticed people dislike and they don't leave anything just, you know, substantial for me to be able to change. So if you really did dislike it, that's fine, but just let me know so I can fix it for you guys. So I want to give you stuff that you enjoy. So we're going to exit out of the battle, and that's going to be it for this time, so I will see you all for the next battle. But until then, game on.